Good morning, everyone. It's Alison Sullivan. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia, on the west coast of Canada. And I'm just going to make sure, I should have had my, make sure you know, iPad ready to double check, just to make sure that I am live and that my sound is working. I'm more concerned about my sound. So let's see if, should have had this ready, but by the time I get it ready, it'll be okay. Because there's a delay anyway, so you guys can fast forward this if you are watching on replay. Oh, there I am. Okay, that's good. Hi, Jacqueline. Good morning. And I forgot I can't check my sound on my iPad. Can you hear me okay, Jacqueline? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, if the sound is good. I only had it once or twice, I think, in all these years where the sound hasn't worked, but I'm going to have to go out and back in. Yes, you can hear me. Excellent. Nice to see you again. It was nice to see you yesterday at our class. Hi, Mo. How are you? Okay, you guys. Getting ready. Hi, Nancy. How are ya? You're over there on YouTube. I don't know why. Every time I go online, I have an itch. Like my head itches or my nose itches or my eyebrow itches. Like it must be some sort of just weird thing. Anyway, okay, so for today, we are going to be using the Mediterranean Blooms. So the Citrus Blooms bundle and the products from Mediterranean Blooms. Hi, Keisha. Good morning. So I'm using this again because the time for signing up for the class is running out. So if you've been thinking about joining, you need to join ASAP so that I can get your stuff ready. Okay? So let's go over there and let's move that over there so I can see who's saying what. Okay. So, class. Our class is on June the 15th. It's online, so it doesn't matter where you live. You can join because you just join a Facebook group. We're going to make 8 cards using the fabulous products from Mediterranean Blooms. And you're going to make 4 cards, 2 of each. So you're going to get 2 sets of each card, okay? And you're also going to get a goodie bag. So let me show you that. The goodie bag has the half a pack of designer series paper. So you're going to get 12 by 12, 6 of them. They're double-sided. I'm going to cut them to 6 by 12 just so I can mail them. But look at these beautiful patterns. So this is what I call the Italy side, like the Naples, Amalfi Coast side. And then this is what I call the Greek side. So definitely Mediterranean for sure. Now, if you purchase the bundle, the Citrus Blooms bundle, through me for the class, you will get a full pack of the designer series paper. You're also going to get the full package of the Opal Rounds assortment. And you're going to get half a roll of the iridescent, what is this? Iridescent striped trim. I'm going to hold it up and you can hopefully see it's sparkly. Really easy to color too. So you can get 5 yards of that. So that's what comes in the class. It's $45 for all of that. Now, if you don't live in Canada, that's okay. You can still join and just purchase the PDF. And when you purchase the PDF, you will just join our class and prepare all your products yourself. So it's pretty easy. All right, so today we're going to do, hi, Leanne, good morning. Nice to see you, friend. Okay, we're going to do a fun fold this morning. This is not my design. This is my friend Connie Stewart's design, who I spent a lot of time with in the pool in Mexico. That was fun. We hung out one day, and her husband hung out with my husband. That was nice. Well, we gabbed. Okay, so this is Connie Stewart's design. What is her handle? Simply Simple Stamping. Such a cute brand. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece that of the designer series paper, excuse me, that's 6 3/4 by 8. Okay, so 6 3/4 along the top by 8. Okay, good morning, Diane. How are you? Now, we're going to be scoring, so you want to make sure that you're using the light gray scoring blade on your trimmer, or you can use your, your scoring, simply scored plate. Okay, now when you're using the scoring blade, you want to be really careful. Don't press too hard or you will cut your DSP, because it's just DSP. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to decide which side of this paper do we want to have kind of on the front of the card. And I want this side. So I want the lemons, the Sorrento lemons, I call them. So I'm going to place that down, face down. And I also want to make sure that it's going the right way. Okay, so this is the top, because that's where the stems are. Okay, all right, so once you've determined that, you're going to place it at 2 3/4, and you're going to give it a score. Like I said, not too hard, because you don't want to go through the DSP. Okay, so I just do it kind of a couple of times like that. Now, then I'm going to turn my designer series paper and be 2 3/4 on this side. So 2 3/4 on the short side and 2 3/4 on the long side. Okay, and then I'm going to take it out. Okay. So we've got, I'm going to just fold it on those 2 lines. Okay. So we've got it like that. Okay. Do, do. Now this is not hard to do, but it is challenging to do on a live, because it's not in front of me, like it's a way ahead of me, right? Because I've got it in the camera view. And the lighting sometimes makes it hard. But what I want to do, I've got one that I made just as a scrap. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to take this corner and I'm going to fold it down so that this line here, so this line here and this line here are going to line up with this line here. So it's going to end up looking like this. Okay, don't know how else to explain it. We're not scoring it, we're just folding it and lining up this edge with this line and this edge with this line. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So what's hard for me to see is, where is this line? So there's the line. So you kind of want to just grab this, and it's not easy to do when you're under the bright lights. But I can see, you won't be able to right now, but I can see that this score line is lining up with this score line. Okay, just going to double check, make sure, looks good to me. And then I've got to go over here and make sure that this score line is lining up with this score line. So it sounds really hard, doesn't it? This sounds like really hard, but it's not. I believe that is correct. So I'm just going to give it a really light. And then you can see that these are lined up. Okay, phew, that worked. So it's not hard to do. It's just you have to concentrate. Okay, so once I've got that, then I'm going to give it a score. Okay. Okay. All right. Then what I want to do is I want to pinch this in so that, did I make a mistake? I think I made a mistake here. If I made a mistake, we're kind of snookered. No, I don't think I did. Okay. Phew. Phew, phew, phew. I dreamt about this card last night and thought, should I be doing this? Should I be really attempting this? There we go. Whew. Okay. So see, you can rewind. So here we've got our score lines. Now I'm going to pull this in so these kiss each other. And then I've got this kind of little, I don't know, little pouch. And then I'm going to push this down. Now, this is where you can make up for any mistake you have. So you want to kind of make sure this is Okay, that looks good to me. Actually, I think this is one of the best ones I made. That was lucky. Okay. But I did have a nightmare about this last night, thinking, why am I doing this on a live? Should not be doing this on a live. Okay. So that's what we end up with. Okay. So score 2 3/4, 2 3/4, fold it down so that it lines up this line and this line and this line and this line, and then fold it in, give them a little kiss there, and then we've got the front of our card. Okay, what size is the DSP? The DSP is 6 3/4 by 8. Okay, so 6 3/4 along the top by 8. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to grab a piece of cardstock. This is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to glue that on. It's a really interesting fold. I don't know what Connie calls it. Let's see. Does she call it something? Because you can go find it on her corner fold cards. So if you just type in Connie Stewart, you guys, on YouTube, or simply, gosh, what is she? Simply Simple Stamping corner fold card. She showed this on April 25th, 2024, and you should be able to find her video. And then she has a downloadable little template. So let me show you. This is the template. Okay, so that's the 6 3/4 by 8. We're scoring it 2 3/4, 2 3/4, and then we're bringing that down so that the line matches up with this line and this line. Okay, so I would suggest, here's my suggestion. I used Retired Designer Series paper to try it, but you could also use just like computer paper. You just want to practice it, and you don't want to use your good paper to practice. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's the hardest part. The rest of it's easy. So I'm going to take a piece of the same DSP. Now this one is cut. I think this is cut. Let me make sure. 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and then I have this is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. Okay, so we can go ahead and glue that on. I don't know how she thinks of these things, other than she's brilliant and so fun. She's such a great person. Okay, then we're going to open it up. Okay, and then this is going to get glued to the upper left corner. And again, make sure, well, actually on this one, you can't really tell which way these go because they're going both ways. Like stems are going both ways. So just pick a way. Although that to me, I don't like that look, that orientation. That to me looks like it's sideways. This one's better for my liking. There we go. Okay. And then this piece here, we've got a piece of the same daffodil. Okay. So let's glue that in. That would be, let me make sure I've got the right size of this. I think this is 3 3/4 by 5. Yes, 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. And then I've got a piece of basic white, and I've got a little strip of DSP. This is too long, so I'll just glue it on and then trim it off, because this is now 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, because that's just going to lay on there. So I like that little bit at the bottom. This is my sister Ellie's little trademark, and I do like it. She's done this for years and years. She puts a little strip of DSP, and that just ties it all in. All righty. Okay, glue that on. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Okay. Now, I want to tell you a couple of things before I keep going. So the things to remember, because these are the mistakes that I made. was not determining which side I wanted to have on the front. I did it backwards. So what you're going to do is the inside is always going to have that little square corner on the upper left. Okay, if it's on this side or anywhere else, then this is going to be the outside. Okay, you don't want that. Well, you might, but I didn't. Okay, so that was the number one trick for me, was just to make sure that when I was scoring it, that the piece that I wanted on the front was face down with that corner square. And what was the other thing? Oh, and that I did check to make sure that the pattern was going the right way and it wasn't upside down. Okay, so those are two mistakes I made earlier on my test runs. Okay, all right, so we can set that aside because the rest of this is we're going to just do some stamping. So I've got a piece of basic white. Now, this, I did it differently than Connie, so I have to measure this. This is 2.5 by 4. So this would be 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's grab, I got my Memento ink. I'm using the, I don't know, oranges, I guess they are. Right? Yeah, they would be oranges. And whenever I have a big stamp like this and my Memento, I tend to just rub my Memento on. That way I'm not getting big globs of ink where I don't want it. Just fun to have more control when I do it that way. And then I'm just gonna go. Excellent. All right. And then I want a saying on the top. So I've got Granny Apple Green. And I've got You're the Best Kind of Person. So I'm going to just stamp that at the top. Oh, make sure that that's straight. Ooh, and that was terrible. Ooh, turn that over. Oh, ink that up a little bit better, or press a little bit harder. That's better. Oh my goodness, that was ugly. Okay, grab my. Aren't you glad we didn't color all that in and have to start all over again? Although we could have fixed it by stamping it again and layering it on something. There's always a way to fix stuff. Boy, it's raining again. Raining again. It's been raining. Has it been raining for like 15 days or something? I don't know. My husband's away, so he has a garden. So he has his tomatoes and peas and blueberries and, oh gosh, I don't even remember. Oh, carrots, radishes, you know, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, I'm in charge of watering. And I've only had to water one day. Every other day it's rained. So I'm not happy it's rained, but I'm happy I didn't have to do the watering. Oh yeah, it's cool. Connie just posted it in April. So I think she just kind of came up with it in April. So go check, you guys. Simply, I feel like an advertisement for Connie Stewart, but I love her, so I don't mind. Anyway, yeah, just go to YouTube, Corner Fold Cards, April 25th, 2024, and you'll see it. All right, so let's color this puppy. Got our blends. We've got, oh gosh, look what my sister sent me. She sent me these labels. Look at this. So now I can see which color I'm using. I know I can read the barrel, but it's on the side and it's annoying. And when it's in its, what do you call it? Storage, I can't see it at all. They all look the same to me. So thank you, Mo. Okay, so peach pie. We're going to use peach pie. We're going to use lemon lolly. And we've got greens. What have I got? Lemon lime twist and a light granny apple. And then I've got crumb cake. Okay, so we're going to color this. I guess is technically an orange. And I'm not coloring it in orange. I'm coloring it in peach pie. So I'm going to take my dark one. And I love when the Stampin' Up! Artists who design these give me a cheat. And I call these little highlighted areas of cheat. Now my friend Leanne is on this call, and Leanne is an absolutely gorgeous colorer. So close your eyes, Leanne, because she'd be like, no, that's not how to color that. Anyway, so I've highlighted it with the dark, and then I've come in with the light. My daughter would have added some color that isn't even related to this. Like she would have put like, I don't know, gray or something. Okay, so there's my orange or my peach. Oh, it looks like a rather large peach. For my flowers, I don't want too much color. I don't want to color them in completely. So I'm going to take the dark lemon lolly and I'm going to put that in the center and then kind of on these. Actually, I'm just going to do the center. And then these little ones that haven't opened yet at the bottom. And I'm going to take my light one. I'm not going to color it all in. I'm not coloring in my whole flower. I'm just adding a bit of highlight. So the majority of this is left white, the flowers. Okay, so let me hold that up. You can see I didn't want it too much stuff. Now my leaves. I'm going to start with, again, Leanne, close your eyes. I'm going to start with the dark lemon lime twist. And I'm going to just add it to the veins of my leaves here. Who else likes coloring? I'm not good at it, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's sort of like blends are the most forgiving coloring medium in my mind. You can just add color and you look like an artist, unless you compare it to an artist. But that's okay. So we've got our veins done, and then I'm going to go in with the light lemon lime twist. And I'm going to just fill in those spots. It's a good day in Vancouver to stay in, right, Leanne? And color. No gardening for us today. No bike riding. No. Well, I guess we can go out and walk. We've got our hoods. I'm looking outside trying to determine. I can always tell a tourist in Vancouver. It's sort of a joke here. The way you tell a tourist is, do they have an umbrella? And if they have an umbrella on a rainy day, then they're a tourist. However, if it is absolutely teeming, like bouncing off the streets, and Vancouverites will grab an umbrella if they can find it. Or if they're dressed up, right, Leanne, for a special occasion. Otherwise, just put our hoods up and off we go. Okay, I'm taking, I guess I should tell you what I'm doing. Light granny apple green. I'm adding a bit of this back in around those veins. With absolutely no intention. Just, I don't know, I'm just kind of adding color wherever I feel like. I'm not even following the lines, really. So, there we go. Okay, and then the last thing I want to do is grab my, is this my dark? Yeah, dark crumb cake. Just for those stems. I could have used pecan pie, I was thinking later. It might have been a better choice, but that's okay. I think I've got everything now. Yeah, okay. And so then we'll glue this. Aren't you glad there's two sides to every paper? Yay. Although I did have a customer once say, I always say, oh, don't worry, there's always another side. And she said, not for vellum. Because that's true. Vellum didn't have really two sides. Okay, thank you, Leanne. She's encouraging me. Oh, and Keisha, you are such a beautiful colorer. So that is our piece, like our focal piece. Okay, so now you've done all this work. We're going to place that there. We're going to be really, really careful, right? We cannot have this be glued to this piece or this piece. We only want it on that upper square. And so I eyeballed this, you guys. I literally just went like this and eyeballed it. I thought, well, that's good enough. I just wanted it to be Now, it doesn't have to be covered completely. I just wanted it to be in the general vicinity of the correct placement. So you want to center it. I think that looks good. Okay. All right, so that's that. Now let's add a couple more things. Let's grab our pretty ribbon, that iridescent striped trim. Love it. Are you guys thinking in your heads now, what paper am I going to run off? I'm going to leave this live and I'm going to run to my craft room and look through my DSP and make some, like hundreds of them, right? I know you guys, you're like me. You're thinking, ooh, what paper could I use? What paper could I use? It is going to have to be 12 by 12. Now, I say that, but with the caveat that my friend Leanne is on this call, and she will think, can I make a smaller version of this out of 6 by 6? So I'm sure you guys will come up with some fabulous ideas. I'm going to just glue dot this. All I did was tighten a little loose bow, you guys, or a knot, like a little knot, because I just wanted something at the top. And then I want to add some of those fabulous opal rounds. And I'm going to add them just to the center of my flowers. Okay, looks good. And then, because Diane is on this call, I didn't do this originally, but Diane, if I can find it, my, let's add some Wink Stella. Diane loves Wink Stella, and I love Diane, so I'm gonna add some, and I'm just going around. I'm not coloring my whole peach. I'm actually just going over those parts of the peach that are the you know, the one that I use the dark on. I don't think you can, oh, maybe you can see it. Oh, I had it there. So Wink Stella, I think you can see it. Okay, so that's this fun card, corner fold card. Kind of cool. Fun. And then here's the original. So I used a different color of the DSP. Oop. And then there's the inside, which is, yeah. Pouring rain. Is it like pouring? Oh, it is pouring. Yeah, you're right. Oh, Leanne's husband is in a parade today. Oh dear. I think we had our parade our Hayak parade yesterday, so it wasn't as bad. Yeah, try the fold. It's fun, eh? It's like a fun fold. Okay, you guys. So that's the fun fold. Oh, here's what I'll do. Just a sec here. Move all of this out of the way. Oh, since I got this card, I might as well add some. Here we go. Okay, add Wink Stella. So let me open this one up. And then let me get enough space here so you guys can see what's going on. So this one here, hopefully you can see it open and closed. Ooh, maybe I need to raise this up a titch. Is that what I need to do? There we go. Okay. And let me grab a piece of repositionable tape, because this is just yawning a bit, meaning it just doesn't want to stay in place. There we go. How's that? Oop. There we go. Speaking of the Mediterranean, I was looking at, we had a cruise there with Stampin' Up! Quite a few years ago now. I don't even remember. And that's why this paper reminds me of my Mediterranean trip. I was watching the Grand Prix Monaco today, and we were in Monaco, from whatever years ago it was, during the F1 race. We didn't get to go down, but we were on the top looking down on Monte Carlo, and it was like crazy. Anyway, so that reminded me again of the Mediterranean, which I love. Okay. All right, you guys, what else? Yeah, it's fun, Leanne. I know this is going to appeal to the people that are on this call because my sister Ellie and Mo and Leanne um, and Jacqueline are going to go, yeah, I'm racing off to try this, right? You guys, I know you guys, you see? Okay, so like I said, credit to Connie Stewart, my dear friend. And I just saw it and I thought, oh, I love this. I love this. Anyway, she used the zinnia, the Simply Zinnia. And oh my gosh, the picture looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay. All right, you guys. You're welcome. So let's see. Next up, Wednesday. Wednesday. I will see you guys on Wednesday at 3 p.m. for our regular live. And don't forget, if you want to come to this class, you have to register. Like, I'm going to send out a reminder because time's ticking and I need to get the stuff ordered so that I can ship it to you next week. Okay? So June 15th is the class date. All right. All right, you guys. You're welcome, Jacqueline. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. Have a great rest of the day. And I hope you get some stamping in, especially if you're in Vancouver where it's raining. Bye for now.